Proud to be an American, driving a Chevrolet Corvair 4-door in beautiful red with Chevy rally wheels, period correct. Are they 15-inch?
14.
14s.
Off a 69 Camaro.
69. Now the Z28 would have had 15s by 6 only.
This was a 6-cylinder that the guy converted.
Really?
The only thing that was cheap, I paid $80 for the 4 of them.
That's a good deal. They're in nice shape. 66 4-door, 4-door, 4-speed Corvair with a beautiful wood wheel, beautiful bright silver interior, and every Corvair's got to have at least one 140 in the back. This is a beautifully restored, almost rust-free. It's even got the spot welds in the fender well. Yep, looking good. We're at Clark's Corvair for the biannual, every 2-year Corvair get together. We probably have 100 Corvairs here. There's lots of more doors up on the hill.
Yeah, we got Exile.
Up to the top of the hill, the best at the top.
And
King of the hill.
I'm going to ask Cal for a 20% discount on my next clutch.
And if they don't start, we'll just push them down the hill into the earlies.
That's true.
Another 66 B78 13 spare tire in the front because it's an air-conditioned 4-door with deluxe seat belts and air conditioning and power glide and nothing else. We don't need no stinking 2-speed. We want to shift our gears. 1, 2, 3, 4. The farmer rows the tractor through the field. Billy's not here today. He was supposed to, but no, he's busy digging and pouring concrete. 110. Let's see if it's got the badge.
I know this car.
Yep. 110 4-door.
It's supposed to be genuine mileage, 35, 37.
Really? 35,000 miles, willow green with an off-white interior and another 4-door 1966. I've known this car for years and years and years. This fellow's friend did a beautiful velour style exact replica of a 66 interior years and years ago, 30 years ago, and this fellow is ready to go cruising. He's got his 8-track plugged in. This car is driven. This guy from New Jersey drives his Corvairs up and down the highways and turnpikes and interstates. Lakewood, 1961, 1 year only. Lakewood in 62, they made them for half a year. They called them station wagons because GM didn't like the name Lakewood. Maybe they want to put it on a station wagon or a van. It's got the correct 61 steel fan with a 62 style distributor. This is a truck station wagon engine because the oil filler is right over there, not over there. Different block on the trucks and the wagons. 61 Lakewood wagon. This is Cal Clark's 61 Omaha Orange. This truck's got a story behind it. The guy owned a big business. He drove only Chevy trucks. He drove this thing for a few months. The crank broke and GM said, "Too bad, so sad. You broke the crank, you pay for a new crank." He parked it, didn't use it for 10 years, switched to Fords. Cal bought it 10 years later. It was only a few thousand miles. Put a motor in it, and he roamed the countryside picking up NOS Corvair parts. If you see an old Clark's Corvair catalog, he's got a ramp side with parts sticking out the back, NOS parts from all the GM Chevy dealers around the country. This is that truck. It was orange. It's not orange anymore. There's not much of the original panels on this beautiful Hemmings Motor News featured 4-speed Corvair ramp side. Yep, this truck has history and it's beautifully owner restored in his own home garage with brand new chrome plated ramp side latches that are made in California, which we hope to be able to go to in a month to the Palm Springs fan belt toss. It's got one of his reproduction gas tanks with no hole down the middle. Fully sandblasted and restored. Better than GM ever made it. Owner restored by Cal Clark. Clark's Corvair parts. What did it look like? owned by Joan and Cal Clark, bought from original owner around 1974 and used every day till 86, 12 years. It had been off the road from 61 to 74. Stored until we had the dime. Restoration started in 2009, finished June 2012. The original color was Omaha Orange. Original panel shown. Yep. Omaha Orange. Which is probably quite rare, but we decided on a different original 61 FC color, Romany Maroon. This is an early 61. It has several mechanical and white paint masking variances. There was not much left of this Corvair. It roamed the countryside, up and down the salty Massachusetts highways and byways. And look at it now. What a beauty. And we have one man to thank for making the Corvair business the great thing that it is today. What else we got here? A 65 Mordor. We like our 4-door Mordors. Especially like them with 4-speed manuals. This one's got the 3 kids in the back seat. And the one that didn't get to come along. Oh, Grandpa! Lots of beautiful Corvairs. They're selling Corvair parts in the Quonset hut. They sell them one day every second year, and today is that day. Corvair Corsa V8. If your Corvair is not fast enough, you do a Crown or Kelmark conversion, and you blow everything else into the weeds with a small block Chevy in the back seat. Do you sell Corvair parts? Just a few, huh? Great Corvair parts. This is a Crown conversion, so it's got the thin shell seats. And the transmission is behind the differential. Go figure. Crown V8 conversion done in 1970, 1965 Corvette 327, 300 horsepower, modified Corvair 4-speed transmission. And it's being restored to better than it was in 1970. V8 Corvair. Everybody's got to have at least one ride in a V8 mid-engine Corvair. Or a fuel-injected, turbocharged, early model with direct injection and crank-triggered ignition. Wow, blow-through turbo. Engineering, engineering, engineering. One man's junk, another man's treasure. Corvairs aren't junk, they're treasures. 4-speed. And as long as the mice don't get to it in the barn. This is one hot rod, 1964 140 fuel-injected turbocharged Corvair. Greenbrier roof rack, 1965, the last half year for Corvair trucks. Lots of patina and a Clark's Corvair catalog on the front seat. Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. 1962 ramp side. We've got the trucks up here. This is a 62 or newer. It's got the little hole in the roof drip molding. Let the water run down and not run over the windows.
It's one of the tour groups. It's a workshop.
The color of this is turquoise. It's beautifully restored. It's got the deluxe interior and do-si-do seats. It even has a little record player or a Fender amplifier for an electric guitar. Yep. What a good place to store your electric guitar, up on the roof. Deluxe interior, bucket seats, floor shift manual, push button radio. Beautiful. And then we've got as driven Corvair 63 in camo. Every kind of Corvair you could imagine is here at Clark's Corvair. Ramp side, Greenbrier, restored, patina cars, turbo, mid-engine. We're making some barbecue beef. This is a beautiful 65 Corsa. Oh wait, some Corvair guy's been here. Corvair Wild has been here. This fellow bought this in high school to commute. Was it college? To commute to school. And 35 something years later, he's still driving it. It's a work in progress. Turbocharged, aftermarket air conditioning, and every detail is just beautiful. It's got some Yenko Stinger parts, but it might get a Fitch 904 vent top. Chrome rally wheels, the flat center caps that were used in 67, 68. Some of them would have said disc brakes. And this one says Chevrolet Motor Division, and it does have a disc brake conversion. It's got quick steering arms, and we're wondering if it has a quick steering box. It's got a trunk mounted condenser with parts saved up over many, many years. Look how nice this is. Beautiful Coney shocks, grade 8 hardware, big BF Goodrich tires, and beautiful new or NOS or polished parts. What beautiful. Ms. Hip Chick was here and she loved this Corvair. I like it because it has period accessories, even aftermarket period correct headrests, carpeted parcel shelf, nicely seamed with a rear seat speaker, shoulder belts, nice headliner, a later 80s style GM dome lamp, Clark's console, Mark IV air conditioner under the dash, Gage's leather wrapped steering wheel. What a beauty. The moral of the story, hang on to your college sweetheart and treat her right and keep her all polished up and drive her. 69 Monza with a vinyl top. Just doesn't suit the Corvair, but here it is. 1969 Power Glide Monza, 110 automatic with bumperettes. This one's got bumper guard. I think it's the first one I've seen today. And this one doesn't. Turbocharged. What a beauty. Flames and a roll bar and fender flares. Crash protection. This looks like a 68. Yep. GM was doing some safety modifications for 1968. We saw some of the tours where they manufacture some of these beautiful Corvair parts. Modified section. 1969 race ready. Some have got patina. Heavily modified. Dune buggy Corvair powered. Big tires on the Krager SS mags. 140. Wow. Early model rear suspension. 140. Corvair powered dune buggy. What are all these guys looking at? Oh my goodness. Small block Chevy in the front. A little trimming can't help. Now what makes a front engine car handle better than a rear engine Corvair, ha ha ha, is that the front engine cars have the engine mounted 3/4 behind the front axle. Just like that. The Corvair had the entire engine with its cast iron cylinders hanging behind the rear axle. So Corvairs, as we all know, are unsafe at any speed, right, gentlemen?
According to Ralph, now he owns one and he loves it.
Don't believe what you read on the internet about Corvairs.
Yeah,
they are safe at every speed.
That's right. I used to do everything with mine.
Oh yeah, around the corners, the back.
I could put her up on 2 wheels and she'd still make the turn.
I still make the turn.
I'll make that turn and lay him right back.
I hear you, buddy. I know. I did that with a Lakewood. I went on a serious curve and the back end hung out, and I said, "This is what life's about."
Some great back roads going down toward Mystic, Connecticut.
You've been around the block, huh?
And them babies, and then there's one that comes along like this. It rises like that. Get on it before you get to that curve. Man, let me tell you, you just come right up on that thing. Jeez, glued to the road.
Yeah, glued to the road. We love our Corvairs, earlies and lates and convertibles and station wagons and V8s and crown conversions and turbos and fuel injections and load sides and Corvairs with beautiful patina. And one man keeps the Corvair alive, Cal Clark's Corvair parts. Chevrolet Corvair. Nice tight steering.
I like the color.
This is from Beatrice, Nebraska. Bucket seat, fire engine rescue vehicle.
I went to school in Washington.
Beardmore, Seattle. Beatrice Fire Prevention. Look at the old pie crust 700 by 14 Goodyear tubeless. Super. What does it say? I can't read it. Just a second here. Super califragilistic super cushion? Custom super. Can't read it. Corvair. Beautiful patina. Beatrice. This man drives his Corvairs from far and wide. So we just heard the story of this van. Yeah, engine been rebuilt, converted from a 3-speed to a 4-speed, chrome bumpers. It's got the sticker here, or not a sticker rather. It was stamped with the sticker where the information delivered from the factory to wherever, from the manufacturer to the factory here. Chevrolet Luz of something, GMC, St. Louis, Missouri. Low mileage Survivor, very, very original and sympathetically restored with a minimal amount of work to make it look good. It's got an AM non-push button radio with 38,000 miles. And that steering's a little loose. Must have been in-town miles. We love our Survivor Corvairs. 1964 transition year. The big motor. Yep. Ready for fire prevention. Junior Beacon Ray. Federal Sign and Signal Corporation. Blue Island, Illinois, USA. Yeah, we love our Corvairs. We love our ramp sides, our Corvans, even the ones with automatic transmission. This guy drives his Corvair. Everybody drives their Corvair. The Clark's Corvair parts, they're lined up everywhere, all over the place. Wait a minute, this car was just on the cover of Hemmings Classic Car and Truck. 1961. I just read the story on this. Just read the story. This was a different color. The color's been changed. Yep, restoration of a Corvair Van Greenbrier. Classic Car and Truck. Here it is. Yeah, not in bad shape. Well, fix her up. We love our Corvairs. Corvair 95 with turbo thrust American racing wheels, lightly modified. Ramp side. 140 with a engine holder upper system. Looks a little too complicated. I'm going to just put a piano hinge on the back. But everybody builds them just the way they want to. 140 powered Corvair ramp side. Nice period style mags. What else we got? Down the bottom of the hill on the Mohawk Trail. 65. Is it a Monza convertible with IROC wheels? And a beautiful silver interior. Big IROC wheels.
The interior though. Here's was done by Clark, special for those people out in Idaho, whatever they are. I forgot their name. Over there, halfway through.
Yep, thought I recognized this Corvair. Moved along from one Corvair owner to the other to use and enjoy. Here's a 64 coupe two-tone. Red with a white top. Cooler full of ice-cold Coke.
Yep. It took 3 just to get up here after a coffee.
Oh, that door closed real nice. Click. Beautiful.
Get out of your way.
Corvair 1964 two-tone. Has it got tinted glass all the way around? Yeah, I thought so.
The car was originally, so I'm told, shipped to Georgia. I got it in Florida because I wanted rust-free.
Oh, I hear you.
It's got tinted windows, but it didn't come with windshield washers.
Yep. Comfort and single speed.
And what's interesting is they don't put the plumbing in it.
Just the boss is there to
yeah.
dimple the holes.
Well, from Clark's I could order all the stuff, but this is like welded in. It'd be a project to do that.
Everything's a project. That's what makes it so much fun.
But it's.
Yeah, my 65 is the same way. No 2-speed wiper, no washer.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, well, people were cheap.
The thing is up here, down there they get bugs. You wouldn't use a windshield washer, they just smear.
Yeah, smear the bugs.
65 come from? Any idea?
Phoenix. Tucson or Phoenix? Arizona car.
Was it heat or delete? Or
No.
My
We heard the story of why that Corvair is an automatic. The man's a retired 18-speed road rager. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It gets old.
skip half the
Yeah, but it sure sounds good. Like Billy would say, no more bumpers. Billy, why didn't you come here today? I rented a hotel room for the 2 of us, for the 3 of us. $120 a night. We had to have our room changed. We were in a worn out room. This is a 1960 Caveman Corvair with year of manufacture license plates. If you're lucky enough to live in a state that lets you put those on. New York, it's 64, 65. It was the World's Fair, so you get to have 1 license plate in the back only, 2 years only. What else we got here? Our last lonely Corvair is a 1964, lightly modified. It's got a Buick rear view mirror from the late 60s or early 70s, a spider wheel, leather wrapped AM/FM Delco radio, a clock on the dash. Looks a little bit bigger than what would have been in a Corvair had you ordered the optional clock. It's got spider accessories, and a Corsa project vehicle is available. We drive our Corvairs. We love our Corvairs. And we've got lots of Corvairs. 1960, 1962. And those look like hands wheels. There's a bunch of lookalikes, but the hands wheels have a protruding hub in the center of the wheel. These are 13-inch, hard-to-find tires for this Canadian 1962 bench seat automatic Corvair 700. This is what started it for me. My mother had a 62 or 63, hard to tell from the pictures. I think it was a 63. It was probably a 500 plain Jane automatic 2-door. This was long time owned by one of the great members of the Bay State Corvairs. We're going to get him a little plastic headlight adjuster gizmo because that headlight is hanging right into the ditch. It's got aftermarket headrests and a beautiful 62 interior, automatic shift, tissue box, clock on the dash, day-night mirror,
My parents had a 59.
beautiful headliner.
And I always hated Biscayne because that's where the trim ended. And on the Impala.
So many beautiful Corvairs, a Clark's Corvair.
That looks good.
64s are strong, lots of good 64s. This one's got bumper guards and the big new for 64, 164 cubic inch engine. Another automatic. Place it and drive and go. Yes, we love Corvairs and Buicks and Grand Prix and Electras and old 98s. But our first love is our best love. Corvairs. Love them. I'm going to make another video of the lates.